Hey, what is up guys, Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So today's video we're gonna look at this week's shooting drill. Alright, we got a new season, so let's talk a little bit more about the current season. So as you can see, Mystic type, special armor. Alright, if you got blue single target AoE, that's going to be where you shine. And then of course, take advantage of the terrain if you can. And of course, debuffs. Alright, so the current season is going to prioritize on debuffs. The more debuffs you can put on an enemy, the more damage you can deal. Now if you're trying to get the last one at least, right? And then you can see burn, chill, poison, passionate cheering, shock, all of those are going to increase. Enemies HP increases as well. Now if you have any of these that you can take advantage of, it's going to be pretty good, right? You are able to take advantage of a number of characters that can basically do any of DOT and stuff, right? A lot of characters can do some of this. Let me show you guys some examples. Hopefully you guys get a better idea on how to do this, right? Now, first things first, there's going to be like a dozen of different strategies on how to do this, and I'm going to show you guys the most meta strat, and I'm going to show you guys the least meta strat, right? Wakamo is going to be the best one in terms of your single target, and then you got any of the character that can apply debuffs are going to be very, very good. Again, you saw the boss has the ability to basically, the more debuffs you apply, the more you are able to basically do more damage. So a character that are free, alright, that accessible to every player is going to include Maki, because she has this particular basic skill which just is easy to do it. Alright, Swimsuit Izuna right here can also apply debuffs if you have this particular version of Swimsuit Izuna. There are going to be characters that can apply a lot of debuffs, like Asuna Bani can also do that, like decrease defense, but this one is going to be a bit expensive, right? You preferably want something that is going to be on the passive skill. Alright, that's going to be an advantage. Something like Swimsuit Izuna is going to make a lot of sense. So you can see she has this basic skill that decreases crit damage resistance, right? So for example, this is going to be one example, and then you got the buffer like Ako Himari going on to buff Wakamo. Very, very easy, very straightforward. If you don't want to use Ako, you can use Nier Fuuka. Now this is like one meta example that you can use, right? But since I figured this is going to be much more of an easier drill, I want to show a little bit of other strategy, different various ones that you can substitute upon. Alright, you got one DPS, you got some buffers going on, you got a few debuffers in this case, right? And then you got one character to give you cost regen. Now you might not need to use Swimsuit Hoshino, you can basically just substitute her with Cherino or someone else that can also give passive cost regen. Now let me show you guys a less conventional strat, alright? For example, this particular strategy right here, right? So we got Mina right here. She's going to be the one to give you debuff. If you guys are not aware yet, alright, for new players watching this, Mina has a very unique skill, 3 cost, but she applies 3 debuffs. Alright, you can see decrease attack, evasion, and accuracy. Now you don't need her to be built. Alright, this particular good thing that this current drill, even if your allies are level 1, it's still fine because the boss doesn't hit you. So you don't need to bring healers, you don't need to bring any defenders or tank, right? So she's going to be a very good one. Now if you don't have her, Swimsuit Saki is also a good option because she can also apply debuffs on her skill right here. You can see hers is a bit expensive, 4 costs, but she can also do 3 debuffs right here, right? Decrease attack, defense, and crit resistance. So either one of these works. And then you got a few others. In this case, we got a DPS, Chisei, free character, everybody has. If you don't have Chisei, can consider borrowing somebody's I don't know, any DPS will work, right? You can borrow Shiroko Terror, you can borrow Swimsuit Azusa, she works as well, preferably single target Mystic type. I would say Hoshino Arm might not be the best one because she's much more AoE focused, but single target, actually Chisei is also like, she's also a single target, right? But ideally with this kind of concept, you can basically do, right? You got Shun going on, and then Neru for the cycling of the cost, right? She's a 2 cost tank, but you don't really need tank. And then you got Kotama and Akane Bani for the buff. Alright, so Shun, if you don't have Shun, she works, right? But you can also use something like Cherino just for the cost regen right here, right? This is just to give you a little bit more cost regen. Simple, straightforward strat. So focus on buffing your team, applying debuffs, and then do damage, right? So in this case, it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna apply buffs on everyone, right? And then we're gonna apply the debuff. Look at the boss right here. So you can see we have a lot of debuffs going on. And then DPS is gonna go in, Chisei. I have a UE50 Chisei, but feel free to use someone else. You can also use Akane Bani for extra damage. That's just for the extra buff. Okay, so the first one is done. So let me move down the face cam a little bit. Okay, so you guys can see more clearly. So again, rinse and repeat, right? Kotama, do this, and then go with Chisei. Alright, and then go with Bunny, Akane, and Neru. So we rinse and repeat the process. Okay. And boom. Okay, so we got it. So 1 minute left for the timer is above my head so you guys can see for yourself, right? So Chise goes front. We do the same thing. Do this. Alright. So you don't need like any advanced character or students to be able to do the current one, but if you can apply debuffs, you are going to do a lot of damage, right? So this is one team out of the way. Again, if you don't have Charino, feel free to use a Shun or anyone else that can keep cost regen. If not, just somebody that buffs your character, buffs your Chise, for example, something like a camping hare, someone like a dress Aru is gonna work as well. So second team, same concept. We're gonna use something similar as well. So we got Shiroko Terra right here. Alright, she's gonna be our main DPS. And then we got New Year Kayoko. You can use Izuna for complementary. She doesn't need to be there. But you got New Year Haruka is very good. She can apply debuff. If you guys are not aware what she does, she apply 1 debuff or 2 debuff, decrease crit resistance and crit damage resistance. So you can see she alone applies 2 debuff. And she also gives cost regen. Very, very good. Now you don't need Yuuka right here, right? So we can take her out. We can put someone else because Yuuka doesn't really... She doesn't do much here. She doesn't do debuff whatsoever, right? So preferably somebody that applies debuff. Now a very good free character is Akane. Alright, she can do that for 2 costs. Also the recent swimsuit Kana as well. Those 2 are a good option. So yeah, we can also bring her as an option. Hers is not on the passive skill, sadly. Oh, actually she has a sub skill here. There's 10% chance to decrease the enemy's evasion. So that could be good as well, right? If not, you can also use Azusa. She also has decreased defense right here. Either one works, right? Akane or Azusa. Azusa, you don't have to use her skill. Again, it's just to cycle through, right? So same concept, we got a debuff, buff, attack. If you don't have Shiroko Terra build, you can either borrow or you can consider using Wakamo here. Simple, it's gonna work as well. You can also consider using, who else? You can consider using, I think Maid Aries is gonna work as well, right? So let's apply the debuff first. Boom, we're gonna buff our Shiroko Terra. Gonna apply 1 more debuff with Akane. Okay, so hopefully that should be enough, right? Okay, that's pretty good. As you can see, damage is pretty insane. Alright, so same concept here. Apply the debuff. Buff Shiroko Terra. Akane right here. Maybe we can use Izuna's skill as well, just to help a little bit. Ooh. So this is way faster, right? Shiroko Terra, do this. Buff our Shiroko Terra. Okay, done. Alright, so as you can see, this one is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Alright, let's show you guys a third team then, right? Okay, the last thread we're gonna use mainly just Iroha. And then we got you know, our camping favorite character, attack buffer right here. So she's going to be buffing Iroha, and that's pretty much it, right? Shiroko swimsuit, she's just there for cost regen. Mika doesn't matter, you can use anyone else. We're probably not going to use their skills as much. We're gonna cycle through between her, and then Iroha, right? These 2 we probably won't use their EX skill, right? But Mika is just there to do a little bit of damage from time to time. And she can also, I believe she has terrain advantage as well. So she might not be the best candidate, but you know, if you have her, you can use her. If not, replace her with someone else. Anyone else could work, right? You just need a DPS at this point. Okay, so we're gonna go with swimsuit Shiroko. Alright, we're gonna use Haruna. We're gonna summon Iroha. We're gonna buff Iroha, right? So Iroha is gonna be the one is going to be our focus right here, right? And then we're just gonna constantly do the stuff right here. Now this is not the best strategy, but I would say it's gonna be pretty fast. Okay, so let's see, do we need to re-summon Iroha here? Alright, we can activate Shun just to cycle through. Alright, let's just re-summon Iroha and then buff her, right? And then we're gonna debuff the boss. So make sure to debuff right here. Debuff is going to come from swimsuit Shiroko from here. But yeah, you're free to use anyone else as well. Let's try Mika here, since we have plenty of cost, right? Okay, pretty cool. So we're gonna buff. So we're gonna debuff. And then gonna do this. Okay, so should be more than enough. Alright, if you are struggling. Oh, you can also mix in Ibuki, I guess. Yeah, if you want to, you can consider Ibuki as an option. That's not going to be a bad choice whatsoever. But yeah, ideally this is going to work, right? Anyone else that can help you do damage? I believe if you want to, you can also consider using Swimsuit Mashiro. She's also a very good option. I almost forget that she exists. Alright, she can also apply 1 debuff as well, do a ton of damage for 4 costs, right? She's a good alternative to Iroha. But yeah, I figured this is going to be a bunch of different ones that you can try out on your own. So yeah, that's going to be for this week's joint firing drill, or the shooting drill rather. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys stay tuned, subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.